Hi there, and welcome to the week 8. You know what? No. Basically, this is a 2-month anniversary edition. Woo! As you can see, I've got 2 different lists of things to share with you guys in this video. My goal for this video is to update this within 10 minutes. I have 4 different things I want to cover in those 10 minutes, and I'm gonna do it because I think micro-burst videos is the way to go with this thing. And I told you that the 20-minute update video is a thing of the past, and I meant it. But I wanted to do a special anniversary video. That's the name of it, because I'm really excited to be this into language learning 2 months on. I don't think you quite understand how bad I have been at learning a language up to this point. If you haven't, go ahead and check out my About This Channel update video, and I go into explicit detail on how crappy of a language learner I have been thus far. But let's stay on track. Hi, I'm Stephanie. Welcome to Changing Scripts. This is a stubborn language teacher's attempt to learn the Chinese language, and this is the second time today that I have said a very iffy way of admitting that I am learning to read, and very accidentally, just a little bit so far, to speak the Chinese language. And I'm not comfortable with being subtle about this because I feel like I've made great strides in the past 2 months, but you know what? That's okay, because a little bit of subtlety is fine. I am learning. I'm learning. Holy crap, I'm learning. Every time I walk around somewhere, I see characters that I recognize. Whether I remember their meaning or now their pronunciation is a totally different story, but this is a long road for me, and I'm in it. I'm just in it. I'm doing this until I leave or until I don't get any more out of it, or whichever one of those comes first. Those are the 2 basic things. So I'm staying on track. Online community. I want to do a ton of thank yous. The last time I tried to learn language of Spanish, it was just before starting a PhD program that I was in for a year and a half. And it was on Duolingo, and I loved the gamification. I felt like I was getting much further with verb tenses in any Romance language that I've ever gotten before, but the community was just sharing points. And I didn't even think at the time, I think because I was so busy with the getting ready for the program and then being in the PhD program, I didn't even think to go on Twitter, even though I was on Twitter for other things, to build a language learning community or do anything like that. I just didn't have time. So one of the first things I did when I started to learn Chinese is I went on Twitter and started just putting the feelers out there, and my Twitter feed has exploded. Not a million people are following me kind of way, but in a holy crap, there's this amazing language learning community on Twitter out there that I had no idea was there. And I'm finding people are finding me. We're sharing like resources left, right, and center, and thank goodness a lot of people. Thank you, Taylor and Patrick. Taylor from Little Linguini not only is my Chinese language learning hero, she is a trainer in the Chinese language, and she is my social media hero as well, because she has a way of spreading information online that I'm just in such awe of. Patrick at Learn Chinese channel graciously and patiently answers my newbie questions, even when they're really, really silly, like my horse mother question from last week on Twitter. Thank you for your patience. I make all kinds of giant leaps before researching online. I have a question, and I put it in a brain questions video. I have a question, I take a picture and put it on Twitter. And a lot of folks are, including Patrick and Taylor, are answering these questions so graciously. Thank you. Yuchi at Learn Chinese has also been an awesome sounding board for all of this work. I think I am by far the newest learner in this community of folks that has developed or existed and I've joined on. I'm not sure when the start of all of this was, but I'm excited to be a part of that group that is forming. I'm sure I'm missing some people. I'm crap at taking notes when I'm on social media because I'm usually in a taxi or in a train on my phone, and so I kind of tried to go through Twitter and recreate names and things and whatnot. Over on the YouTube side, where these videos are actually showing, I want to send a special thank you to Lee Bruce for leaving so many awesome comments, and thank you for your compliments. He mentioned that he was learning English through my learning Chinese. Didn't see that coming, but go for it, man. Just go for it. Learning languages anywhere you can Yes. Check 1, and I cannot find your real name. I'm so sorry, but you're awesome. And thank you for your suggestions and your patience, leaving information on the walkabout videos on what some things are that you think would be common things that I might see again that would be useful to know. I really appreciate you taking the time to relate your language learning experience and to leave some translated stuff for me to put into my flashcards. Awesomeness. I never saw any of this really happening. I just putting stuff out into the world, and worst case scenario, I thought I would have a record of my language learning, so later when I become fluent, I can look back and go, look, this is how I did it. Maybe I can then share that information with others so they can skip over the things that didn't work for me. Who knows? Who knows? But this is awesome. Also, JapanKofun, I'm probably not pronouncing that right. Thank you so much for your recent comments. I hope you keep watching because your videos are also very, very interesting. Okay, in real life, Evan, my husband, who has been my technical savior. I love technology. I like push-button technology. And creating YouTube videos, as easy as it may be, is not as easy as my push-button self wants it to be. So thank you for your tech support. I really, really, really appreciate that. Andrea, Maya, and Reed, hi! They are... Oh gosh, Andrea, you are the reason why I started this channel. You are the reason why I started my podcast. Our conversation 2 months ago, almost exactly 2 months ago, was the push I needed to do something. And then right after that conversation, a couple of these ideas came to me, and poof, here are the things that now occupy my day and nights like you would not believe. And I feel so invigorated and alive and creative, and just like I have a reason to do things again. And so thank you, Andrea, and Maya and Reed, you guys are awesome. I love you to death. I mean, that sounds horrible, but you know what I mean. Hi! Anyway, they're in California now, so I feel like I have to speak louder, like when you're on the phone. I know you're all online. I know that, but I can't help it. And that's it for the thank yous. And to everybody else that I have missed, I'm terribly sorry, but again, I'm crap at taking notes, but I appreciate all of your support, your answers, your questions, your resources. I hope as I'm learning, I can post stuff to feedback into the community and help others as well. And I can't wait to be able to read a lot of the things you guys are posting in Chinese on your different in your different tweets. I'm really, really looking forward to that, so that it's definitely reading and writing motivation for me as well. I started this channel and I started this experience, I want to say kind of willy-nilly, but it's not. If you look at my About video, I was a language teacher for a number of years, so I had an idea of what I wanted to do, and I also had stumbled back into Fluent Forever by Gabe Blinder pretty early on, and the earlier videos describe that way too much for me to go into, but I've kind of veered off a little bit from my initial plan from doing the Fluent Forever approach because I'm so immersed and there's certain things I want to learn before others. I think I'm still struggling with Anki, but I think I'm going to push through because the image, sound, and the reverse flashcards, like sound, like character to picture, picture to character, just with one single stroke, is one single click. Making those two flashcards out of one is just too useful to not use. I may, however, end up making 2 decks, one in person and one digitally, and it makes me cringe, the idea of making that many hundreds of decks of cards, but there's too many times when I can't have my phone with me, but I have free time and I want to practice. And although my wonderful little notebook of similar characters is awesome, it's not the same as like throwing out round flashcards and matching up certain ones and kind of comparing them and stuff like that. So I think I might have to go both digital and paper. I've been avoiding this day, but it's here. Anyway, so what I did today is I made a list of what I think I'm doing on a daily basis, and I realized why my days have gotten so full. So generally speaking, every day I do all of 5 things, and I added a new one for the next coming month to try out. One is the tracing practice on Chinese writer. There's a bunch of videos on that. 2 is radical flashcards. I was really gung-ho when I got Gabe Weiner's pre-made flashcard deck for the 100 most common radicals, did it every day, made massive progress, started to make my own to add on my own images and sound files, and I kind of lost it. So I have again, thanks to my husband, I have a new list of radicals, and I'm a physical list, so I can put it in my learning notebook, and I'm going to cross them off as I put them in Anki. So again, I think for me, I have to do a paper and digital approach to keep myself motivated. If you haven't noticed, physical lists tend to work better than digital lists, but digital resources work really well for me, and that's something I had to kind of learn by myself. Okay, so tracing practice on Chinese writer, Anki flashcards, both creating and reviewing, so there's two to-do things in there. 3 is Twitter. I'm actually pulling some phrases from Twitter, and I'm creating a new Anki deck on kind of found language on Twitter, and so I want to start going over those phrases because I want to. It's going to take me a while to propagate them with pictures and sounds and things, but so I think by the time I feel comfortable with the radicals that I'm playing with, I'll be able to start actually learning those. So I'll probably be creating the Twitter flashcard deck for a while before I actually start using it, and I'm cool with that. I'm totally cool with that. YouTube videos, making these, checking in every few weeks or so and seeing how what things are going. It forces me to make lists of what I'm doing and what's working and what's not working, and to retailor my learning plan. So this has been really, really helpful. I have ideas of going back to the walkabout videos and kind of pulling some language from there eventually. I've started to make some flashcards from some notes that, thank you, some of you have made. But honestly, I'm using the walkabout videos, as I mentioned in them, as more of a what do I know right now when I'm walking by it kind of thing. I agree with what Patrick said in one of his new posts on Taylor's new Chinese language learning site forum. I do agree that just relying on the stuff around you is a much higher level at a beginner than what you can comprehend or what do you even need at that point. For me, I'm mostly learning this for reading, and I seriously doubt that don't smoke here is going to come in handy when I'm reading a newspaper. However, I do still really like that I can notice characters when I'm walking around. So until that moment goes away, I still want to make the walkabout videos and see what happens with them. So those will continue. So making the videos, the update videos, the walkabout videos. There may be some new kinds of the aha videos. Oh, I had a list of all the different videos in here, but now I'm starting to ramble on. So all of those kinds of videos, holy crap, I have 7 of them. The tracing videos might go away. They're not very popular, and I thought they would be kind of boring, so I'm getting the message. I might stop those. As a matter of fact, I forgot to do the starting one this week. I'm still doing the tracing. I just don't think it's terribly exciting or useful to watch them. I don't know. Let me know what you think in the comments below. The tools videos, definitely I have a few kind of brewing in my head that I want to do, so I want to keep all of those because I think constantly checking in and sharing that information is not only useful for you, but it kind of reminds me, as I'm scrolling through adding new videos, it reminds me of what I might not have done in the past few days and whatnot. And the newer pronunciation practice, I found a few, until I get my own flashcards and the pronunciation associated with them up, I found a few pronunciation apps that are working really well, and I'll share those soon enough in a tools video. And I want to add a UQ component, which is the video site similar to YouTube. I want to start kind of browsing on there. I love music, and I don't expect to understand lyrics to many of the songs, but even if it's a word here and there, or like a repetitive word or something, or even if it's just something that I see in a title, again, any language that sticks out to me is great. Worst case scenario, I find some music that I really like, which I'm always looking for new music, and it's more of the culture that comes with where I am and the people that are using the language that I'm learning. So I want to add UQ practice. Listening? No, listening. Just listening. Not even practice. I'm not going to pretend to learn, Chinese language lyrics. That's really, really high-level stuff for most songs in most languages. But I would like to be exposed to more of the music and any of the language. And if any language comes out from that, that's super great. So that's a torturous new thing I want to do on a daily basis. So I've got 6 things I want to do every day. Granted, the tracing practice, doing 2 or 3 rounds is maybe like 10 minutes maximum. The flashcards are very quick. Twitter, I do in my own free time anyway. It's mixed in with all of my other things. The YouTube videos are probably one of the biggest time periods, but again, they keep me on track, so I'm going to keep this going. Thank you for watching, everybody, not just the people I mentioned at the beginning. And the pronunciation practice is very quick, and UQ is very quick. So in and of themselves, they're very, very small creatures, but combined together, this seems to be a really good mix of things I'm interested in and things that will help me progress language-wise. I'm still going to pursue the HSK1 route. I've got another list of HSK characters to do, again, in physical flashcard form as well as Anki flashcard form. Next week, I have very little work, so I am going to be in a cafe with the flashcards and headphones, listening to music, maybe even on UQ, making all this stuff. So it's going to be one heck of a language learning week next week. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. I'll be in Shanghai and in the cafe and just having a really good time catching up on doing all of these things on a more regular basis. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you have any suggestions or comments or whatever, leave them below. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, or email. It's all STPHFUCCIO. My name is my handle everywhere. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to continuing on this journey with y'all watching. Bye!